Hey guys, my name is Eric, and if you're watching this, chances are you're starting your own weight loss journey, or you've been trying for a while and nothing's really stuck yet. Now I just want to talk to you for a few minutes. One fat person to another. No, I'm not currently overweight, but I used to be over 300 pounds. I didn't think I would ever make it out of that hole. I never thought I would actually be strong enough to dig myself out or make the change in the first place. But I clearly remember being overweight. I couldn't wear the clothes that I wanted to wear. I always felt judged, like I didn't belong, and I always bounced around from friend group to friend group just hoping to be accepted. But I never truly felt like I was. I was always the outcast. I had never had a girlfriend. If there wasn't enough room in the car, I was always the one who got left out without failure. I always heard smart remarks, and I was always the butt of the joke. It got so bad to the point where I started making jokes about myself because it hurt less that way. I thought, if I could beat you to the punch, then you can't hurt me. So I started pretending like I was okay with it. I made being the fat guy my whole identity. But deep down, I fucking hated being fat. I always knew I was worth more than that. Now, as long as I can remember growing up, I was always bigger than every other kid in my class. But I was always athletic. I love sports. I never let my weight get in the way of me doing physical activity things. Not only that, but I also just wanted to be one of the cool guys. The thing was, though, it didn't matter how cool, chill, or nice of a person I was. Being overweight was something that always got in the way with that. For some reason, everybody overlooks you when you are overweight. Let me tell you something though, the shame that came with being a fat person, it was heavy. I remember being at my auntie's one time. We were all hanging out in my cousin's room, sitting on the bed, watching TV. I moved for a second to adjust my leg and boom! The bed snapped right from under me. Yeah, I was 16 or 17 at the time, but I was broke, lazy, ambitionless, and I didn't have the money to pay for the bed. I felt terrible. And I remember one time just sitting in class, soaking up a lesson, sitting in my desk, and boom, right underneath me, desk collapse. Everybody turned in panic, but they looked around and just saw it was me laying on the floor. They all busted out laughing, and I was the butt of the joke again. So I stood up and I laughed it off, but truth is, I wanted to fucking disappear. Maybe you do, maybe you don't, but you guys don't understand how embarrassing that is. That kind of stuff stays with you. That kind of stuff haunts you. I lost 150 pounds on my weight loss journey, then added over 40 pounds of muscle. And I did it all by changing my mindset. Not by chasing perfect diets, not by doing nothing extreme, by staying consistent and building the mindset it took in order to get there. So now I help other people do the same with my program, Fat Fit Forever. Here's the truth. The hardest part about weight loss isn't the diet. It isn't the working out. It's the mindset, the fortitude, and the accountability that you need to have in order to keep yourself on track, especially when doing it alone, like I did. But you gotta realize it's all a mental game. It's the guilt, the shame, the isolation, the feeling like you're just another hopeless person trying to lose weight, and you're gonna end up back at square one once again. It's the uncertainty of if the hell you're putting yourself through will even pay off, or if you're just sitting there putting yourself through hell to make no progress. So you can't fix a mindset issue with a meal plan. That's when everything changed for me. When I realized it was the mindset that I had to build within myself to get myself to the goal weight. Again, I say the mindset I had to build because this shit didn't happen overnight. This wasn't easy. After all, it took you so long to get to this point. You think it's gonna happen in a month or two? No. You have to make this a new lifestyle. So what you need to understand is that this is going to be an uphill battle, but it gets easier with time. Trust me. So here's what I wish somebody would have told me when I first started. And hopefully some of these tips can help you out. So number one, stop waiting to feel motivated. Motivation comes after action, not before it. You don't need to feel inspired to take the first step. You just need to move. Even if it's messy. It starts with the first walk, the first meal, your first no. It's your first time showing up for yourself. That is when momentum actually starts. Another thing, you need to chase progress, not perfection. You're not gonna nail it right away or not even every single day. And you don't have to. Stop aiming to be perfect and aim to be better. Every day, one step at a time. Success is built on stacking imperfect efforts, not flawless ones, okay? Another thing, don't let bad days turn into a bad week. Just because you messed up, you don't need to wait. Oh, I'm gonna start on Monday. No. Get back on it. The next meal, the next moment, the next step. That's exactly how change actually sticks. Building that discipline and that momentum. Next, your identity becomes before your results. Sometimes in life, you gotta fake it till you make it. You have to start thinking of yourself as somebody who prioritizes self-respect, discipline, and their health, regardless of if the scale reflects that right away or not. Tell yourself that junk food is poison. Tell yourself every day that you're strong, capable, and that you can do this. It's when your identity shifts that your actions all start to follow. You're not trying to lose weight. You're becoming somebody who values discipline, self-respect, and their health. Next, this is one of the things that I got wrong. You cannot hate yourself into changing. Self-love will take you a long way, even if it's tough love. You might think shame or guilt is gonna push you to get serious, but you couldn't be further from the truth. Real change comes from self-compassion. You don't have to be perfect to be worthy of progress. You just need to stop giving up on yourself. Here's a few things you can easily implement into your daily life in order to get this done. You gotta focus on habits, not extremes. You don't have to cut carbs, go on keto, 3-day diets, juice diets. All that's bullshit. I'm sure you tried all of them just like I have. What you'll eventually come to realize after doing this for a while is things like eating carbs isn't what's making you fat. What it does is it makes it really easy to overeat, because these things are so calorie dense. This is why fitness coaches will tell you this all day, but they never actually tell you why. So you guys think that low carb diets are gonna solve your problem, but that couldn't be further from the truth. It's all calorie deficit. So find your caloric intake, eat at a calorie deficit of 200 to 500. Once you plateau for about 2 weeks, lower it by 200 again. And always, 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 I can't stress this enough because I tell people this all the time and they never wanna do it. Count your calories. If you've never tracked your food before, or you've heard the notion that, oh, you're gonna get addicted, don't do that. That's not bad. That's not good for your mental health. Bullshit. Would you rather be addicted to food or addicted to your health? But again, you're not gonna get addicted. And even if you were addicted, guess what? You're gonna get to the goal. Not by doing half-ass efforts, by tracking and doing everything to a T. Start eating more whole foods. This will make it easier to undereat. You'll realize by the end of the day, you have stuff like snacks. You can even enjoy a cookie because you have an extra 150 calories at the end of the day. Get more protein in your meals. Cut back on processed foods. Don't overcomplicate your choices. Give yourself 7 meals a week and disperse those meals into different orders throughout your weeks. You can easily implement 3 meals a day and 2 snacks, whether it's a granola bar, protein bar, Greek yogurt, or a protein shake. But don't overcomplicate your choices. That is literally just a recipe for bad decisions. Find what works for you, what you can eat on a daily basis, and stick to that religiously. Next, move in a way that doesn't feel like punishment. Walking 10,000 steps a day is massively underrated. 3 strength workouts per week is more than enough. Don't chase the most intense, overcomplicated meal plan because it looks good. Again, find what works for you and stick to it. Accountability is so much. Again, I don't care how good your plan is, without some checking in, most people fall off. Whether you make that a person that you love, a coaching app, a habit tracker, but don't go at it alone. Rarely does that ever work out for itself. Now again, I'm coaching people through this stuff, not because I think I'm special, but because I've actually been through this shit myself. Every single hard day. I've done the trial and error. I know what works, what doesn't, and I have a passion for making this easier for other people who struggle to lose weight. Because again, I've been in your position. I know how hard it is to get started. Or maybe not even to get started, but to stay on track. So again, I know what it's like to be completely stuck and feel totally alone. Look, coaching isn't just about having a plan. You can literally ChatGPT a meal plan for yourself right now, and it'll print out something pretty accurate that might give you some good results. But that doesn't mean it's gonna work for you, because what changes the game is support. Somebody to check in on you when that motivation fades. It's somebody who sees the potential in you before you see it in yourself. Now, I could be that person for you. If you'd like that kind of support, if you're tired of starting over, feeling hopeless, there's a link below. It's a Google form. Fill it out. Let's have an honest conversation just to see where you're at and to see if my program is a good fit for you. Or if I should say, if you're a good fit for my program. Because I'll be honest, I don't just take anybody as a client. I choose winners because after talking with so many people, I can see who really wants this and who doesn't. Who's all talk. So many people talk about wanting change, but they won't put the money where their mouth is. Whether it's in terms of consistency, my program, or discipline. But look, you can always lift a fork to your mouth instead. I just know that's not for you. Otherwise, you wouldn't have sat through this whole video. So again, I know what it feels like to be uncomfortable in your own body. To scan every room for the sturdiest chair. To smile on the outside but feel completely disconnected on the inside. But I also know how it feels to come out on the other side. To feel proud, strong, confident, and most of all, free. Guess what? You deserve that reality too. If that sounds like you, I would love to work with you, and I would love to take you under my wing so we can actually make this change happen for good. So that you don't have to keep living this cycle of disappointing efforts. You're not broken. You're not weak. You just haven't had the right tools or support system yet. And again, I can be that for you. I hope this video provided some real value and that you guys could take something out of it and hopefully start making a small change to improve your life one step at a time. You got this. I believe in you. I did it, so you can do it. Trust me. I love you guys. Thanks for watching.